background. One of the reasons this country has such a high ownership rate is that we generally have really low interest rates on home loans. A big reason for that is the standardization of loans by some giant pseudo-government entities, primarily FannieMae and FreddieMac. About 80% of home loans meet these standard guidelines, and it allows for easy interchange of loans by big institutional investors. Loans that conform to these standards are referred to as conforming loans. Again, this is about 80% of home loans. As you probably know, not everyone gets the same interest rate when they purchase a home. That is because of the loan level pricing adjustments. These adjustments compensate for variations in each loan, like the size of the loan, the type of home the loan is used for, the credit score of the borrowers, the occupancy of the home, and even the physical location of the home. This standardization is normally great. However, when this group changes its standards every few years, it impacts a lot of home buyers. The loan level pricing adjustment changes for 2023 are quite significant. Here are 4 examples of negative impacts. First, pricing will now be impacted by a buyer's total debt to income ratio. If a buyer's monthly debt payment is above 40% of their income, they will face a pricing hit. There's a lot of concern that this will lead to additional difficulties in getting loans through underwriting because it is a whole new measurement. Second, for the last 30 years or so, if a buyer's credit score was above 740, they basically had access to the best pricing. The vast majority of the buyers in our office have had scores above 740. Now a buyer needs to have a 780 or above to get the best pricing level. Third, refinancing will reportedly be more expensive than a purchase loan. Fourth, there are now situations where it makes sense for a 20% down buyer to actually just use 19% down and pay private mortgage insurance because of the interaction between down payment adjustments and private mortgage insurance. So here are 3 positives of the changes. First, pricing for lower credit scores has improved. For example, a 640 to 680 credit score has actually gotten reduced penalties. Secondly, many 3% down loans have gotten better pricing. And then third, there are now situations where the buyers have qualifying incomes equal to or less than 100% of the area average will not be subject to these new adjustments. A really useful chart of impacts is available at the mortgagenewsdaily.com on an article titled Big LLPA Changes. Or if you really want to get into the nitty-gritty, there is an article on Fannie Mae's website about all the details. On a related note, one type of loan that isn't a conforming loan is an FHA loan. Pricing on FHA loans has actually improved significantly. These loans have historically worked well for first-time buyers without great credit or situations where there's a non-occupant co-borrower. The bottom line here is that mortgage approval criteria have changed. If you have a pre-approval from the first quarter or before, you need to go back to them and get an update. Thanks for stopping by, and